Okay, so I've had a few questions from students about this week's assignment, and so I thought I would make a little video and pop in and maybe address some of the concerns. Number one, some of you are clicking on the assignment, and it took me a while to figure out what the problem was, and I still don't quite know what's going on here. But if you click on the assignment in your to-do list, it actually is not pulling up the correct assignment. So when you click on that assignment, this is what you get. And this, I'm not quite sure what this is. I've never seen this rubric or this page before. So I would advise not to click on the to-do list for your assignment, but instead to go to your week 2 homepage, which I just click on week 2 here, and you can either click on it over here or down here. So when I click on it down here, this actually brings the correct assignment. And so just as far as logistics go, it is due in 2 weeks. So not this Sunday, but the next, so September 15th, and it is worth 100 points. And so those of you who were pulling up that strange rubric and it said 60 points and that it's due this Sunday, I'm not sure what that is. I'm hoping it won't bother us anymore. It's just a rogue page, but this is the actual due date and the actual points of what this assignment is worth. So let's go over a little bit what's required with the assignment. So what I want you to do is to look at the following databases within the LIRN library. And some students have been asking, can we look at other databases? Yes, but they need to be within the LIRN library. So you can't do a Google search and pull up those resources. They need to be references from the LIRN library. So I have a list here. You can use other databases. These are the ones that have been used the most by students in the past. My personal preference is ProQuest. I just think it's a great database and it's easy for me to use and understand. But you're welcome. I know some students have liked, some of these other sources, and it depends on what your topic is also. So the Gale Virtual Library, I think I mentioned in another video, is like an encyclopedia. It gives you good definitions and examples and that kind of thing. So that's a great resource if you're trying to define or explain your topic a little more. But anyway, check out these databases, see what works for you, see which ones have the best information on your topic. Also, the LIRN library is developing or has developed a new interface. If you look in the LIRN library, we can go there very quickly. Hopefully quickly. All right, so you can use the library. For example, if I want to go to ProQuest, I could just use this. Like I clicked on alphabetical view, I go to P, and I find ProQuest Central, and that will open it up for me. But there's also a new interface that the LIRN library has developed, and you can click on that. It's over on the right hand side if you noticed. And sorry, I don't have my window open as big as I should. There we go. You can actually come over here and do different options, like search options. I believe you can choose, nope, not that one, sorry. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, here it is. So on your search sources, you can actually choose those listed databases if you want to just look in those. So you can uncheck all of them, and then you can type in which sources you want or find them over here. Like if I just want to look in health and medical, whatever it is, and then apply, and it will only pull up references from those databases. So anyway, that's just a little helpful thing if you want to use the new interface in the LIRN library. But let's go back to our assignment. Let's see if I can find it. Okay, here we are. So you're going to look through these databases, and I need you to find 3 recent articles. And I have here within the past 5 years. If you find an article that's a little bit older, that's okay. We are trying to get the most up-to-date articles as possible, but as long as it's within a good 10-15 years, you're probably okay. And then the first half of your assignment, you're going to discuss your methodologies, your research, like what you did to research your assignment, how you found your sources. And then you're also going to, on the second half of your assignment, do what's called an annotated bibliography. And the whole purpose of this assignment is, one, to help you to really dive into the LIRN library and get comfortable with it, because it can be a little overwhelming. It can be a little difficult to use when you first start researching within the LIRN library. However, the more you use it, the more comfortable you'll get, and you'll find yourself doing better research and taking less time to do your research the more comfortable you get with the library. So this assignment is to help you get started on your research, get comfortable with the LIRN library, and then the annotated bibliography, the idea behind that is to help you organize your notes, organize your research, see what direction you might want to go. It helps you to kind of organize your ideas as you're researching. And so let's look at the example. I love examples when I don't know how to do something. That is what I like to use. Okay, so it actually downloaded that for me. So let me pull that up. All right, so here's the example. You notice I have a title page here. And then I have, and this is a student's example. This isn't a perfect example, but I wanted you just to have an idea of what I'm looking for. So it says here, my topic for the final thesis paper for this course is the health benefits of adopting a vegetarian lifestyle. Not super exciting, but it'll do. And so then it goes right into the research methods. So this student wrote, during my research, I searched keywords, health benefits of a vegetarian diet. For this assignment, I was to browse the LIRN library. And so the student goes on to say what databases she used, and then kind of how she changed her keywords, that kind of thing. So it's just discussing the method, what happened. And I want you to be honest. Like if you say, I went into this database and I searched for my topic and I got nothing. Or I've had students before that have said, I started researching my topic and it really wasn't working for me, and so I changed my topic. Put that in there. I want to know your methodology. It does not have to be that long, right? This student just has a paragraph. It could be 1 to 2 paragraphs. This is basically about a page, but it really doesn't have to be super long. And then the second half is your annotated bibliography. And so you'll notice here she has, first of all, the citation. So it starts with the author, author's last name, author's first initial, and then, we have multiple authors here. And then the next thing that should come after the author is the year, and then the title and where it came from. Anyway, so first we have the citation, and then we have the annotation. And in the annotation, first you want to give a summary of that article. So she says here that, this article examines the associations between plant-based diet indices and coronary heart disease incidence. In the study, 3 versions of plant-based diet indices were created in order to, anyway, it goes on to give kind of a summary of the study that was done. And then after you give a short, it doesn't have to be that long. Again, doesn't have to be very extensive. It's just a short little summary of the article. And then the next thing you want to do in your annotation is to connect it. How is this going to connect to your essay that you're writing? How is this going to help what you're writing about? Okay, help your direction. So she says here, this study supports the awareness of the health effects of a healthy plant-based diet, also known as vegetarianism, and the significant impact on reduction to susceptibility for diseases. You could even be very specific. This study supports my first main point that blah, 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 blah. Okay, so you're going to, and then notice she just goes on, here's her next source, like there's no extra spacing or anything like that. I know it's her next source because it's got the hanging indent where the first line is not indented and then the other lines are indented of the citation. And so she just goes through and does this for all of her articles, and you just need to do 3 articles. So hopefully that gives you a better idea. And you'll notice on this assignment, like I've made little notes just to kind of help you understand what you're to do for this assignment. If you still have questions or if there are more rogue pages, please just let me know. Email me and I will try to answer your questions as quickly and in the best way that I can. Thank you. Good luck. Remember, this assignment is due in 2 weeks, so September 15th. And let me know if you have questions.